You are standing in the Apple Store, staring at a wall of watch bands, silicone loops in 5 colors, braided straps, leather links, $49, $79, $119. You tell yourself this is what premium costs. You tell yourself Apple builds things differently. But you are not shopping. You are standing inside a toll booth. Every band on that wall is locked behind a single patented magnetic connector that Apple engineered not to improve your watch, but to permanently own your wrist. You do not have a choice. What you are looking at is an illusion. Today, we are exposing the strap tax scam. 50 years ago, if you bought a watch, you owned it completely. The band attached with 2 small metal pins called spring bars, an open standard used by every watchmaker on the planet. A $10 strap from a market stall fit the exact same lugs as a $100 strap from a boutique on Fifth Avenue. The manufacturer did not care where your band came from. The industry did not care. Neither did the law. Apple did not stumble into a proprietary connector. They engineered one on purpose. It was a deliberate architectural decision disguised as a design choice. When the original Apple Watch launched in 2015, engineers across the watch industry noted that Apple's magnetic sliding connector had no functional advantage over the spring bar system the entire industry had used for decades. It did not improve security. It did not improve water resistance. It did not improve comfort. What it did was build a wall, a patent-protected wall that no third-party manufacturer could legally cross without paying Apple a licensing fee first. They did not design this connector to improve your experience. They designed it to permanently own your wrist. Now take a screwdriver to the economics. Set an Apple Sport Band and a $6 silicone strap from a sporting goods supplier side by side on a flat surface. Measure the lug width. Read the material specification. The numbers are identical. The compounds are identical. The expected lifespan is identical. They are the exact same product in every dimension that matters to your wrist. You are not paying for the band. You are paying for the right to attach it. Apple sells the Sport Band in Midnight Black, Starlight White, Product Red, Storm Blue, and Forest Green. 5 colorways, 5 price tags, 1 rubber compound. The exact same cheap plastic buckle underneath every single one. The exact same fluoroelastomer compound inside every single one. You are not choosing between 5 different products. You are choosing between 5 coats of paint on the exact same object. That is badge engineering applied to a rubber strap. The tax does not stop at the connector. Apple charges third-party manufacturers a per-unit licensing fee to earn the right to sell a compatible band. That fee is not absorbed by the manufacturer. It is passed directly to you at every retail touchpoint in the market. The $6 strap becomes a $35 strap the moment it earns Apple's certification stamp. They did not create this program to protect your watch from inferior products. They created it to tax every manufacturer who wanted access to your wrist and to collect that bill from you at checkout. The trap does not end at the connector. Apple is already engineering the next layer, and this one is invisible by design. The newest Apple Watch hardware embeds sensor arrays that communicate directly with the band itself. Proximity authentication, the watch verifying that the attached band carries an approved chip, is already live inside select health monitoring features on current models. They did not build this to improve your heart rate data. They built it to replace a mechanical lock you could see with a digital lock you cannot touch. The wall you can remove with a simple tool today becomes a software handshake tomorrow that no third-party manufacturer can replicate without Apple's written permission. The more you pay for a watch, the deeper into the proprietary ecosystem you are required to go. Complexity is not innovation. It is a cage. Apple builds complexity on purpose, but the gap in that wall has existed for decades, and Apple has never been able to close it entirely. The traditional watchmaking world runs on an open standard called the spring bar, two small metal pins that secure any band to any case across every brand at every price point. Military procurement offices have used this standard for generations. Commercial dive operations use it. Aviation maintenance crews use it. These are buyers who track investment the way Apple tracks margin. A strap that fails on a mission is not an inconvenience, it is a liability. The suppliers who build for these buyers cannot afford to cut corners on nylon weave, on hardware grade, on real-world lifespan. They build bands that outlast the devices they are attached to. A commercial buyer will not tolerate a strap that dies in 3 years. So the suppliers who serve them simply never build one. A NATO strap built to British military specification costs $8 from a surplus supplier. It attaches to your Apple Watch the moment you remove the proprietary connector housing with a spring bar tool that costs less than a coffee. No certification fee buried in the price. No Apple margin collected at the register. No licensing tax passed down the supply chain and handed to you at checkout. The commercial world solved the durable watch band problem long before Apple sold its first device. They simply relied on the assumption that you would never find out. Apple's monopoly over your wrist survives on one thing alone, the belief that the badge means something. Once you look behind it, the toll booth disappears. Stop paying the connector tax. Stop trusting the certification stamp. Stop handing $49 over for 5 coats of paint on the exact same rubber compound. Demand open standards. Keep the watch. Abandon the monopoly they built around it. Once you see the proprietary trap on your wrist, you cannot unsee it. It is in your ears. It is in your pocket. The charging cable Apple fought regulators over for a decade. The case ecosystem, the earbud handshake, the exact same fence, the exact same toll, the same system rebuilt around every single accessory Apple has ever sold. That story is next.